I gotta reach down, way down, to get the motivation for this next project I gotta tackle today. Oh my gosh. So my my summer garden is on its last leg. So I don't want to waste any of this soil right here. This is actually stuff that I used for some containers this year. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this now and I'm gonna throw this in the greenhouse and try to replenish a little bit of those beds inside the greenhouse. Add some nutrients to it in the spring. Some chicken manure. I've got some compost material already brewing, and also some cow manure I'll add to it for the spring garden. And also too, I've got some ideas. I can plant up probably some more salads while I can in the greenhouse, while the weather allows. I've got a bunch of fed salad that I need to find a home for, so I'll get those in the greenhouse and hopefully we'll be able to eat them all up before that frost and freeze comes. This is classic. Like, you got spotty clouds over there, then you got spotty bluish clouds, blue skies clouds over here. Not too bad over there. A little gray. Then directly above me, right there, is raining. Directly on me and my project. Go figure. Go figure. So we've got a pair of hawks nesting up on the hills up here behind my house. And my neighbors and I, to include myself, have lost quite a few chickens to feeding that family over there. So come up with some clever ideas of how to deter them. I've done a bunch of stuff. I've done Tibetan prayer flags. I've done netting, you name it. But then I found out these are actually pretty cool. I just made these little trellises here with basically it's just kind of a green stake, and cut up some of this metal mesh, and for the snow piece, or for the piece to trellis up on. But what's cool about it is, you know, just giving these hawks a little bit more obstacles to kind of, you know, come in on and swoop down in from way up there, and just makes it a little bit more difficult, you know what I mean? I don't know if you see all that. So it's pretty cool. It's fun. It's just fun stuff, guys. It's all it is. It never gets boring around here. So I've got to do some rearranging in this little garden plot. So I've got all of these chives, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and dig these up and put them in a container, and then put them inside the greenhouse, and just winter them in the greenhouse. Break them out next spring, plant them up. They're perennial. They keep on coming back. They're pretty awesome, and they're pretty hardy. Too. Look at that. So in this container, I've got some composted material, and I've got some organic cow manure. Man, oh man, that's some good stuff. And it's as easy as just taking your chives, dropping them straight in, and basically it's kind of like you're healing them in, you know, just to kind of overwinter them. And if they take, that's fine, because you can divide them pretty easily. If they decide to really get established inside this container, then so be it. I'll just tip it over in the spring. It's gonna be a big root mass. Tip it over, expose the root mass, and just chop it up in pieces with like a shovel. Super easy. And man, this stuff smells so good. And there you have it. Super easy. Just find a spot in the greenhouse, water it in, and then just put it bed for the winter. What's cool about it too is we can still harvest off this. You know, granted it's gonna freeze in here because I don't heat this greenhouse, and that's okay, but these will come back regardless. So we'll eat off of these until they're no longer green. The one time a year I actually get to use this tool. Check this out. Man, this tomato row was a hot mess. Disgusting. All the mold, I don't know. I tried something this year. I tried to go just el natural, very minimal pruning. And I think that I probably won't do that again, for sure. Talking to my neighbor, and he and I were back and forth about the concept, and I think the concept reigns true in other climates other than here, lower southern Germany. I think it's just too short. Although we did have a pretty dry summer, just for some reason these tomatoes were killing it in the beginning, and then they dampered off and started to get attacked by that blight, and yeah, it was just gross. I don't know, it just sucks to see all these tomatoes go to waste. So next year I'm gonna definitely do something a little bit different. I'm gonna spend a little bit more time next year and make sure I prune them up, get some nice airflow in between all these branches. Maybe do a single stem. I know my neighbor, he's doing the same thing right now. He's doing the single stem, and a lot of his tomatoes still look pretty good. So yeah, trial and error, that's what this is. I figured I'd try to be a lazy gardener this year with this batch of tomatoes, and yeah, I don't know, I'm not gonna do that again. Live and learn. Okay, I got a good chunk of it weeded out. What's left over, I've got some peppers we're gonna leave hanging out. We got some celery over here, and then I've also got some rutabaga, red beet, and then the rest of this area here, I'm just gonna go ahead and till all these weeds in, till everything in here, and probably broadcast some clover seed, just a nice little ground cover her up for the winter, and then till all that back in, compost it for the spring, throw some compost down, and then yeah, then till all that back in and hit the reset button on spring. So let's put this bed to bed. Went in for a lunch break, took a little bit of a nap, be honest with you, but you know what, Mother Nature's saying, hey, it's time to call it a day. It's raining right now, don't feel like getting any further wet, but you know what, garden looks a lot better, feeling pretty good. Appreciate you guys for watching. I wish you guys all the best, and until next time, ciao ciao.